What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. I need to shave. Oh my god, what is wrong with my beard right now? Who cares? I'm on my way to RetroPalooza in Arlington, Texas. You're gonna get to see my panel in a few minutes. This is gonna be a really long video, so I hope you sit back and watch the panel. But I'm with the Breakfast Boys.
Hello. Hey.
There's my good friend Jacob, who played David in Friday's Francis video. Did you guys enjoy that one? I hope you did. Did you enjoy doing that, David?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
My friend Danny. Currently playing, what are you playing? Luigi's Mansion?
Yep.
Awesome. And then, of course, Ellis, the other part of the Breakfast Boys.
Hello.
And I like to think the worst part of the Breakfast Boys.
It's definitely true.
Because he's so bad at magic.
I'm the worst at magic.
But you're really good at YouTube videos. You guys know they have a YouTube channel. I'm going to link their information. I'll link their information in the description box below. Because I have nothing to promote. Just these guys. But I have a posse. I finally figured it out. Officially, I travel with a posse. That's just how we roll. Alright, day one of RetroPalooza. I want to vlog as much as I can during this, but I'm just going to stick it in this panel video. But I know you're here for the panel. So here's the panel. And the panel begins right now. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of RetroPalooza? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of... Oh no, this is real life, isn't it? I'm not used to this. This is actually live. You guys know I'm lying to you every time I say that in the video, right? I'm so sorry for that. I don't mean to lie. Or would you prefer, I guess, this morning?
Hey guys, what's up? Let me ask you something. I couldn't even get to the convention center today. You know, what is this sports game going over there? Is that the Razorbacks? Or I like to call them the Razor Cracks. Come on, who's beating them today? Because I know they ain't going to win. Here's what I tell you. Here's what I know about the Razorbacks. We get a winning season, and then that coach is going to end up getting a motorcycle wreck with it. You guys remember that? Okay, never mind.
That's probably too inside of a joke for Fayetteville. All right, well, those of you who don't know me, good. That's good for you. I'm going to taint your little brains today. I am YouTuber Boogie298. If you've never seen any of my more depressing videos, you've probably seen my Francis sketches, me smashing Xboxes with Guitar Hero controllers. If you've ever seen any of my Twitch streams, I do stream on Twitch. I'm really sorry for those, because I don't know what happens to me on Twitch. It's just something about being live. I might be doing it in here, but I have all these terrible jokes about poo-poo pee-pee monsters, and I have to seem like Kermit the Frog every night, and it's just... So please don't watch me on Twitch. But give me your Amazon Prime subscription anyway, okay? Thank you. Because that's just free money. I like free money. Okay. Whenever I do this at RetroPalooza, since RetroPalooza is just such a small, intimate con, though I have to say, this is the fullest this room has ever been for me. I can't believe that. How many people do we have in here? Hold on. Let me show the people at home. Okay, you guys want to say hello? Yeah. I must be doing something right. Either that or terribly wrong, and you guys are just here to watch me melt down. Speaking of melting, right before RetroPalooza last year, I got gastric bypass surgery. When I was at RetroPalooza last year, I weighed, I believe, 480 something like that at RetroPalooza. This, I'm weighing in today at 350. So in about 1 year's time. It has been quite the year. You know, I went through some good stuff. I went through some pretty bad stuff. We won't really go into the specifics. But I'm really happy to be where I am. I had a 1-year meeting with my surgeon, and when I weighed in then I was 370, and I was really upset. So my surgeon came into the room and he says, "Steve, how are you doing?" I'm like, "I just kind of wish I was dead." He's like, "Well, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, I kind of feel like I died on the surgery table and woke up in hell." And he's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "Will you please see my therapist?" I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Can I write you an antidepressant script?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me whatever you got, man. At this point, I'm ready to do it." Best decision I made. That was 8 weeks ago, and I feel like a completely different person. And in that 8 weeks, I went from 373 down to 350. And just the decision to take better care of myself and to do it, I really turned the corner there. But the reason I bring up this story is because I was so frustrated that I was still, 370. I wanted to be under 300 by now. But he pulled out the charts and he's like, "Steve, you've lost 40% of your excess body weight." Because now I want to show you a chart. And he said the national average for the surgery at the 1 year mark, exactly where you are, is 40% of your average body weight loss. You are exactly where we want you to be. And I said, but I don't want to be average. I want to be better than average. I want to be the guy who loses it all in the first year and keeps it off. And he's like, I get that. But he goes, you know how many of our patients went through a divorce 2 months after surgeries? It's never happened. And he goes, we watch your videos in the office, and we knew, and we all panicked when you announced that. It's like, I thought for sure you would go back to the most unhealthy eating in the world. I'm like, I did, Doc, trust me. I ordered pizza that day. I'm like, hey, Papa John, the usual, please. But I'm really proud of what I did. So the reason I say all of this is not because I want you guys to feel bad for me or anything like that, is I want to thank you for that, because I could not have done it without, you know, Jay and Billy and the other creators here, and the people that showed up to be in this room today, the people who click on every one of those videos, have, you know, subscribed, click, notifications, click, people who watch. You have saved me this last year. You were the only thing I had. I don't know if you guys can understand that. I literally had a handful of friends, I had my dog, and I had you guys, and you guys carried me through it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So that said, let's get past the depressing part. Let's get fun with it. So I just like to do a nice Q&A. I like to interact with you guys. Now this is going to be a lot of questions today, I got a feeling, but we're just going to do a raise of hands, and we're going to try to pick somebody in each section, and we'll go around the room and get as many as we can. Feel free to ask about literally anything, and if I'm uncomfortable with a question, we'll skip it, but you've seen my Twitch streams. I'm not uncomfortable with anything. So let's start right there.
I was keeping up with McJuggerNuggets recent vlogs, and that prank you pulled on him was best.
Was that? Okay, so for those of you who know, I do work with McJuggernuggets. Any McJuggernuggets fan in the room living here yet? Okay, good, all right. Well, if you don't watch his videos, I would love it when you get home if you would check out his channel, because we've done 3 collaborations together, and it's the best work I've ever done, I think, which is to say still not very good, but and keep in mind that not everything you see in those videos are 100% accurate, but this latest time I literally tortured the poor boy. I put him in my bathtub and covered him in chili powder, and we learned that when you do that, your butthole burns really badly for about a day. Can I swear here? Do you know if I can swear? His new nickname is now Scardick. Call him that in the comment section. He loves it. We literally, there's a young lady in the back, we murder her in a hot tub and then pretended to eat him. So if you ever wanted to see Cannibal Francis, that's pretty much the character I was playing. Warning, I was also topless through 98% of it, because that's just how he likes to direct. You know? So, but thank you, appreciate it, man, thank you. For those, probably the best part of those videos, we were in Eureka Springs, and he's like, hey, let's go to this cave. And I'm like, let's go anywhere else than a cave. Why are we going to a cave? And he's like, Boogie, you need to exercise. It'll be fun for you. And you said you loved caves growing up. And I'm like, I did. Back when I wasn't 400 freaking pounds, Jesse. What are we doing? And I took a photo. I put it on Instagram. I look down, and there's 200 stairs. And these, you saw me struggling on these 3 just a minute ago. And they're not like normal stairs. They're carved into the side of the cave. They're made of limestone and quartz, and they're soaking wet, covered in moss. And some are this steep, and some are this steep, and some are that wide, and some are this wide, and you have no clue. And I'm like, I just broke my arm 2 months ago walking across a parking lot. Is this a death sentence? Are you trying to kill me? But 2.5 hours later, I came out of that cave having taken the entire tour, including parts where I had to crawl around on my hands and knees to just get through the narrow hallways. And his cameraman, Swift, who's I think 260 pounds, even he was struggling at some point. I was like, man, Swift, if I can do it, come on, buddy. But yeah, check out those videos. I think you'll love them. How about right there, blue shirt, DuckTales?
I was just, I've actually lost my train of thought.
Oh yeah.
Come back to me.
You got it, right here.
Alright, so I saw Coach Jason's videos, right? So why did he come down to here? Because I knew today was his birthday, but did he go back to Jersey?
Yes, if you check out his videos, he's currently back in Jersey, and I'm a little freaked out because his dad's actually glad to see him, so I don't know what's going on. I think he's just gonna kill him now, finally. I don't know, I'm a little worried about that though. All right, yeah, right there.
Hey Boogie.
Hey man, good to see you again.
Yes, it is good. As you can tell, I haven't lost weight since last year, but I have a question for you.
Took me about 43 years to start losing weight, so you're ahead of the curve for me.
I mean, this fall I'm looking into getting the gastric sleeve.
Right?
Instead of the gastric bypass, but I'm having trouble with my eating. How did you curb yours before surgery?
Well, so my surgery story is pretty interesting. I had, if you guys remember, in January of 2016, I had a chair break underneath me, and I bruised my collar or my tailbone and my lower butt. And I went in to see a surgeon to see if he could do anything about the huge contusion. And like, can you give me some? I can't even work. I can't even sit up comfortably. Can't even lay down comfortably. Help. The surgeon's like, there's nothing I can do about that. It's going to heal in the next month or two. But would you like to consult with our bariatric surgeon? And I'm like, I don't know. I've been turned away so many times. He's like, I think he's going to want to work with you. So I consulted with that surgeon in Northwest Arkansas, and he said, we have to do the surgery. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, your blood pressure today, Steve, is 230 over 180. And you're on 2 different heart medications. So you're ready to pop. And he's like, you know, normally it takes about a year of build-up for classes, and this is what I'm getting at. We're going to rush you through. We're going to get you through as many classes as quickly as possible because I want you under the knife as soon as possible. Because ideally, I would like you under 400 pounds before I ever do surgery. But I did just work on somebody who was 600 pounds. He survived the surgery. It went very well. I'm confident that I can work on you, and it literally will be saving your life. And I'm like, let's do it, bud. That said, I don't think surgery is the right answer for 98% of people. And if you set through the classes and you do the work, you'll learn why you may not be a good candidate. I was a good candidate because I was ready to die, you know?
I already have the lap band.
Oh, right. And the lap band is quite unfortunately a relatively unsuccessful surgery. It doesn't work for 90% of people, I think. I forget the exact statistic, but keep working with your surgeon. Keep working with whatever he says. Make sure you're taking care of the classes. Therapy, I just started therapy again, and I feel like a new person now that I'm ready to do the work. If you're ready to do the work, therapy will work. And I can sit here and I'll talk to you after the panel as well. I don't want to bore all the skinny people in here, but that said, they'll teach you the techniques, you know. I will tell you, I have never met a person my size or your size that didn't need to be in therapy. And keep in mind, matching with a therapist is almost like trying to match the right girl on Tinder. You literally have to keep shopping until you find a therapist that works with you and that you click with, and when you do, it's like night and day. You'll be shocked. All right.
I have a great fiance, so.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Learn my lesson. Treat her like a queen. Okay. Right here, blue shirt.
So about 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with type 2
Oh, yeah?
diabetes. I wanted to ask you the question. You brought it up very briefly on the show. What was the worst A1C reading you've ever gotten, and how much were you able to fluctuate it when you lost the weight?
So my original, I got diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and then kept eating like an idiot, so it continued to get worse and worse. My highest ever A1C was 7.2, luckily. Which is, by the way, who here knows the Angry Grandpa show? Who knows Kid Behind the Camera?
Yes.
My friend Michael, Kid Behind the Camera, just got diagnosed with type 2 as well. And if you are interested in following somebody doing that journey and learning how to eat correctly and learning what to do and sharing it with his audience, I tune into his Kid Behind the Camera channel. It's amazing what he's doing right now. But he had the exact A1C at 7.2. My A1C now is 5.1. And my doctor said that's 2 points lower than his. My gastric bypass surgery. He's like, wow, you have a better A1C than me. And I'm like, well, I kind of hate sugar most of the time now. I just don't even want to look at it. I don't even be near it. But I forget your exact question. What was he? What was you? Oh, yeah, I answered it right. That was my highest A1C. What was yours?
13.2.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I was about dead.
So are you on insulin now, or what?
I'm
what do you?
not on insulin. Thankfully,
Right.
I was on metformin for a couple months.
I hated that medication. It ruined me.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I went off of it and I just started doing keto.
That's the way to go, man, right? Controlling, the best part about type 2 diabetes is it's reversible. The best part about type 2 diabetes is it's easily controlled through diet and exercise. And
A1C
boy,
was 5.0.
took me 15 years to figure that out, but I finally figured it out. Let's go, gray shirt right there, yeah.
This is kind of unrelated to the weight loss
Yeah, good.
questions, but although Side note, I did lose over 60 pounds recently.
Wow, congratulations. That's amazing, man.
And I was going to try to get into a certain career of mine, but it didn't work out. It was a career in the military. But even though I was exercising, I wasn't dieting as much. But eventually, during senior year at UNT, I finally got into this weight loss diet for surgeries. A week long, and I continued it for several months.
Oh, yeah.
It kickstarted it for me, and after a healthier for it.
Congratulations, man. This is the way to do it.
My original question was going to be, like, in general, what gave you the idea initially to start your channel?
So I was talking about this with my friend the other day. When I was a kid, I always wanted to perform, and I don't know what it was, but I would steal my parents' like cassette recorder, and I would do stupid voices and write stupid comedy sketches and then play them back and laugh at myself because I was the only person that found me funny. And I always wanted to desperately share that stuff. And then I went to, in high school, I joined drama and I did extemporaneous speaking, one-act play. I did, joined the forensics team is what they called it. And every chance I had to perform, I performed. And then I was the class clown as well. Went to Upward Bound and did some acting there, and then made it to college and did some acting there. And what killed that dream, I had an acting coach. He's like, Steve, have you ever considered doing radio? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did some radio. Over the summer, I went to Apple Shop in Kentucky. It was really great. I shot some commercials for him. I did a show for him. It was so much fun. He's like, yeah, because you kind of have a body for radio. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, you don't really have the leading man body. And I'm like, okay, but John Candy, Chris Farley, Sam Kinison. And he goes, but they're 1 in a billion, right? Like how many, you can only name, 5 fat leading men? And I'm like, yeah. All right, video games then. I'll just go do that. And then when YouTube gave me that opportunity, the internet, I was on the internet from the very beginning doing stupid blogs and stupid Angel Fire and GeoCities websites and stupid fan sites and as much as I could do. And then finally, when YouTube opened its ugly head, I made a video, but I'm like, man, I'm so fat and I'm so weird and I'm so gross and no one's gonna take me serious, so I'm just gonna get weird with it. I think my first video was like me eating French fries and laughing about how fat I was, or the joke was always, hey, I'm fat. And the idea I had was, I just want to serve as a bad example. I just want people to learn from my stupid mistakes and not end up where I am. But you guys, when you intervened in my life, I was so surprised because of the amount of positive feedback I got, expecting negative feedback, and boy, did I still get the negative feedback, let me tell you. But there's such overwhelming positivity from you guys. It made me want to keep posting, it made me want to keep coming back, and it made me want to get my shit together. So here we are, yay, thank you. Let's see, let's get somebody in the back. Let's, right there. Blue shirt, hat, yep, that's you.
You talk about mental health a lot on your channel.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about all those commercials I hear for antidepressants.
Oh yeah.
And all the side effects that go with it. That's just like, why are they prescribing those side effects that you guys think is supposed to be prevented?
So, if you really do a deep dive on antidepressants, anybody in here on antidepressants and willing to talk about it? Okay. So, almost everyone here that raised their hand probably had to try a few before they found one that worked.
Switch mine between Celexa and Lexapro.
Right.
Like every 6 months.
Yep.
Because it says like one will stop working, then the other, then I'll
Exactly.
go back to the other.
Exactly. So the problem is it's not an exact science. Every brain is kind of different in the way that it produces serotonin, the way it uses serotonin, the way it creates endorphins, the way it uses endorphins, and what makes your particular brain decide to create those hormones and those chemicals. So there's a wide variety of different drugs that you can try, but they're going to have massive changes and massive different effects in each person. Now the good news is they've just developed a genetic test where they can basically swab your cheek and figure out what class of antidepressants will work best for you, but you're still dealing with side effects, you're still dealing with unknown variables, you're still dealing with a lot of stuff. And so a lot of people who are suicidal get prescribed a antidepressant, and that antidepressant doesn't work correctly, so they become more suicidal. That's a very common thing that you have to be very careful about. Some people who are very depressed take a new antidepressant and then become extremely depressed because it just doesn't work. And that's because the science is brand new. Prozac was invented in, what, 1968? So, I mean, I've been alive as long as Prozac's been a thing almost. So, yeah, it's just, we're just in the infancy of it. The good news is, hopefully, we'll eventually have the We Happy Few universe where we're just popping happy pills all day. Let's start back over here. Anybody over here? Right there. Yeah.
So you talk a lot about how the community's really helped you. Are there any like subscriber or commentaries on any of your videos that have really stood out to you or really helped you on a like really down day that stand out about?
Man, there's so many. Like, it's really hard to narrow it down. Since the weight loss surgery, the ones that I very much particularly pay attention to is other people's weight loss, or even when they're not able to lose the weight and they're struggling. And so when somebody's talking about the weight related stuff, I will reach out immediately and as quickly as I can. Now keep in mind, I'm getting up to like 5,000 tweets a day, so the chances of me seeing it is next to none. But when I get that chance to find that person's videos and hear them talk about their particular struggles, it's so liberating because I have some of the answers now. Not all of the answers, and everybody's specific, but I know that therapy is important. I know that medication can be important. I know that weight loss surgery is important for some people, and keto will work for some people. And I know things I didn't know until I took those classes, like insulin lock, and how impossible it is for someone who's type 2 diabetic to actually lose the weight by doing anything other than surgery or starving themselves. And like, I can answer these questions, and they're solvable questions, and I love being a problem solver. So I think that's really it. For the longest time, right after the divorce, I was using like YouTube commentary about me, and especially like Reddit, as this form of self-harm. I was like, oh, I wonder what mean crap they're saying today. Ooh, looks like I'm a child murderer today. This is gonna be good, right? But now it's overwhelming positivity. There's so much of it, and I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you. Let's right there with the arm warmer.
Well, first I wanted to say that I actually didn't just come to the panel just to see you. I actually came to the convention just to see
Aww.
you.
It's a really nice convention, though. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I seen in your recent rambling video that you were like, oh, I'm gonna be at RetroPalooza in Arlington. I'm like, Arlington? I gotta go see Boogie!
Yay! Thank you, man. I'm so grateful.
As for my question, I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on a video series I was planning that's actually inspired by you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's hear it.
So it's called Spooky Spookaloss.
Okay, I like it so far.
It's like a video podcast where I walk for an hour and I talk about weight loss, depression, addiction, for me, for soda, stuff like that. And the idea is that the viewer sort of walks along with me, loses weight alongside me.
Absolutely.
Submits pictures, I'll talk about them and, shout them out, and that's roughly the idea. And,
right.
And I'd be going from
2:30
to 1:30, hopefully.
I think it's a great idea. Like I just met Swift, McJuggernaut is his cameraman, and his channel is all about weight loss right now. It's really focusing, and it's really performing really well. It's such a hot topic. It's difficult to find an audience on YouTube anymore, but the thing I'll remind you, especially when you're growing with something like that, let's say you have 5 people who are watching regularly. If that's 5 different people you're helping, who in this world helps just one other person? What if you're helping 5? What if you're helping 20? What if you get to the point that you got 50 people watching and they're all walking along with you and they're all losing weight? What an incredible triumph that would be to help 50 people. You would be one of the best people in the world. Who in this room has helped 50 different people achieve something?